Greeting, my friends. How are you today? I hope you are being blessed with some very nice, beautiful fall weather. Here in Vegas, it is windy currently, but the skies are nice and blue. And I believe this is our last day that we will be in the 80s, and then we will slowly be dropping down. So I'm excited for the transition of our full change of the season with the temperatures dropping. As I've expressed in some of my other videos, fall is my favorite season. So I am ready to embrace it and just, see all the changes in the trees and just in the weather. And we get to change our clothes, right? Put on something cozy. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for taking this time to either just stop and listen to my video and see what I have to offer you today, or you've already dedicated this time for yourself to bring some yoga into your day. So thank you for that and for you. So today's practice is going to be a few basic yin poses, but I really want to focus on, as my shirt says, inhale and exhale. So we're going to do a little bit of pranayama in the beginning, which is focused breathing techniques, and then we will move those techniques into the few poses that we'll be doing. I am going to be using a blanket today. I'm just going to sit on that as we will start out in a seated pose and doing some breathing there. If you want to get your blanket or a pillow or a cushion or anything that might feel good for you today, if you'd rather just be grounded to the earth, of course, you can do that as well. So if you want to go get your props, get into something comfy and meet me back on your mat. All right, let's get started in an easy seated pose, Sukhasana. That might be for you. I want to give you a couple of different options. So maybe you have the ankles crossed. Maybe you have one foot in front of the other. Maybe you come into a half lotus pose. Kind of play around and see what feels good for you here today. Because each time we come to our mat, the body might feel a little different. The hips might be a little tight, or the legs. So it's always good to and also just to kind of change up your routine. So not be just kind of automatic mode. Let's create the space today to try something different, try something new. And in the midst of, if you're trying a new position with the legs, and in the midst of our breathing practice, it doesn't feel comfortable anymore, then simply just switch. You give yourself permission um, to, to, to make a little adjustment. You don't need to stay in the position where it's just not feeling good. All right. Okay. So for me, this actually is feeling good today. So, and I may switch it up. All right. So once you get yourself settled here, root down through your sit bones, even if you are having the hips propped up on a blanket or a block or a pillow, just feel yourself rooting down and closing your eyes. And then just feel into the position of the upper body. So notice if the upper body is kind of pitching forward a bit, or if it's leaning a little far back. And so we just want to do our best to find an erect position for the spine. So think of stacking the shoulders over the hips and then allowing the head to rest over the heart, chin parallel to the floor. Arms are soft, a nice little gentle bend in the elbows. Get out of any gripping in the hands or the fingers. And let's begin with 3 cleansing breaths. So our cleansing breath, we inhale through the nose, send the breath as far down as we can to the low belly. And then taking a long open mouth exhale. 2 more, just like that. Inhale fully, as deeply as you can. Open mouth exhale. Inhale fully. Open mouth, exhale. And closing the mouth, relaxing the jaw, let the shoulders soften. Without losing the integrity of your posture, find softness. And then just returning to the natural flow of your breath. And bringing in a mantra for our practice today. I inhale, I exhale. Very simple mantra. I inhale, I exhale. And then now just keeping your eyes closed, we'll move right into our pranayama practice. So I want you to bring both hands to the low belly. Think, if you're familiar with the chakras, your sacral chakra. So right underneath the belly button. And just letting the hands rest here. And we're going to take those same low, deep breaths, inhaling through the nose. And we want to fill up this part of the belly, the low belly. So I really want you to feel for the stomach rising and pushing into the hands, and it just being gentle and soft. So taking your inhale, and now we're going to keep the mouth closed, exhale through the nose. Good. Taking 3 more rounds. I inhale, I exhale. I inhale, I exhale. I inhale, I exhale. Taking a cleansing breath into this space. Moving the hands up to the diaphragm and near the solar plexus. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to take 3 rounds of breath in and out through the nose, filling this area up. I inhale, I exhale. I inhale, I exhale. I inhale, I exhale. And taking your cleansing breath here, inhale fully to the diaphragm. Open mouth, exhale. Beautiful. Bringing the hands up to the heart. Taking 3 rounds here. I inhale, I exhale. I inhale, I exhale. I inhale, I exhale. Cleansing breath, clearing the space of the heart. Big breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Beautiful. Moving up a little higher. If you want to open your eyes here to see me, I want to have you place your hands right on top of the shoulders. And then you're just going to let the arms rest down on the chest. Still sitting up nice and tall and doing your best not to squeeze the shoulders, but I mean, you will have to have a little bit of grip here so the hands don't slip, but not gripping super tight. And we're going to focus on sending the breath here into the shoulders and the neck area. So again, closing your eyes, taking our 3 rounds of breath. I inhale. I exhale. I inhale. I exhale. I inhale. I exhale. Taking your cleansing breath here. Inhale to the shoulders. Open mouth, exhale. Releasing the hands down, bringing them to a comfortable position on the legs or on the knees. Taking a cleansing breath. Returning back to the natural flow of your breath. And just tuning in, noticing any new sensations in your body. Noticing maybe a shift in your energy or your state of mind. And when we allow ourselves this time to just pause and practice a true, meaningful inhale and exhale, there are so many benefits for the body and the mind, calming the nervous system, de-stressing, releasing any toxic or stagnant energy in the body. Just noticing what you're feeling here. And let's take one more breath together. Big breath in. Big breath out. And opening the eyes. Nice. Let's rub the hands together. I'm feeling a little tingly sensation in the hands. So kind of warming up the hands and moving any energy that's trying to make its way out. And then let's just give the hands a little shake. Very nice. Our first pose we will come into will be a wide-legged forward fold, a great transition from being in this seated pose for a while. Now you can either choose to stay seated on your blanket if you're on a blanket or a cushion. I think I'm going to come off of my blanket and just widening the legs. Kind of maybe shifting a little side to side, just bring some movement into the legs first. Good. And then begin to really kind of root yourself down through the sit bones. So before I come into a forward fold, I like to do a little tilt of the pelvic floor. And I just feel a little bit more opening for my hips and rooting and grounding down to the earth, which is what we always want to be able to do, is to get ourselves rooted and grounded so we can lift up out of the low back and lengthen through the spine. So finding that for yourself, and then relax the legs. Take an inhale, lengthen up even taller, and then as you exhale, making your way into your forward fold here. Now remember, in our yin practice, we like to round through the spine to create some curvature and softness. And as you come into your forward fold, we also want to make sure that the knees and the toes stay up towards the ceiling or towards the sky. So we don't want them rolling in or rolling back. And then wherever you're at here in your forward fold, just allow, even if you're up here, to have some softness in the arms. Drop the chin in to the chest. And we're just giving ourselves a way to gravity here, giving the body permission to soften and surrender into the pose when it's ready. And we're just going to take a few more breaths here to let the body settle before we bring in our pranayama. And beginning with, just as we did, we're going to breathe into the low belly, the sacral chakra area. So think the low belly, the low back. And we're going to take 3 rounds, focused breathing here. So inhaling through the nose, sending the breath all the way down. Feeling for the body really opening up with the breath. I inhale. Exhaling through the nose, I exhale. I inhale. I exhale. I inhale. I exhale. And moving the breath now up to the diaphragm and the mid-back. Think thoracic spine area. Same thing here, taking your 3 breaths, inviting in the mantra. I'm going to stay silent this time. Moving your way up to your heart chakra, the lungs, the upper back. 3 rounds of breath here. And now bringing the breath up to the shoulders. See if you can maybe soften a little bit more in the arms, create a little bit more space in the shoulders before you take the 3 breaths here. And now we'll take a full breath in, cleansing breath, so filling up the whole body. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. And then slowly, slowly pressing yourself up. Walking yourself all the way up to center. We'll hold here with our legs still in this pose and just softening the shoulders. Taking 3 rounds of breath here, feeling all of your sensations. Taking a cleansing breath. Big breath in, big breath out. Good. Opening the eyes. Let's use the hands to support, bringing the knees up and the legs in. Send the legs out, give them a little wiggle, a little shake. And now we'll make our way into butterfly pose. So soles of the feet together. And same thing here, kind of finding your center and where you feel rooted and grounded through the sit bones, doing any little wiggling or shifting side to side. And then lengthening up, lifting up out of the low back and making your way into your forward fold here. And maybe your forward fold is here today. Maybe it's down a little lower, maybe it's up a little higher, just always meeting the body where it's at. And always in our yin practice, never wanting to force the body into a forward fold. It's a simple surrender here to gravity. It's coming to a place of softness through the legs, through the shoulders, the arms, as well as the neck, the jaw. Letting everything go here. And once you get settled into your pose, bringing in your focused breathing. So we'll begin with the breath down the sacral chakra, the low belly, the low back. 3 breaths here. I inhale. I exhale. I inhale. I exhale. I inhale. I exhale. Breathing up into the diaphragm, the mid back. 3 breaths. Bringing the breath up into the heart, the lungs, the upper back. 3 breaths.
Bringing the breath up to the shoulders, maybe creating a little bit more space up in the shoulders, softening, and taking your 3 breaths here. And now taking that full body breath in, inhale fully, open mouth, exhale. And then ever so gently and slowly pressing yourself up. Maybe gently holding the feet or the ankles here. As you soften the shoulders, soften the arms. Taking 3 breaths as you tune into the sensation that you're feeling here. Last breath, big breath in, big breath out. Opening the eyes. Let's use the hands once again, bring them to the knees, bring the knees in, send the legs out, give them a little wiggle, a little shake. And from here, we will make our way down onto our backs. Just lowering yourself down nice and easy. And we're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclined pigeon pose. Butterfly pose. And if you'd like to bring the blanket underneath your head or whatever you may have been using at the beginning of our practice. So soles of the feet together. Wiggle the shoulders and shoulder blades away from one another. And then bringing the hands to the low belly, to your sacral chakra. Taking a few breaths here to just let the body settle into the pose. Really doing your best to ungrip, unclench, especially in the glutes, in the shoulders, and the jaw. And taking 3 intentional breaths to the low belly, the sacral chakra. I inhale. I exhale. I inhale. I exhale. I inhale. I exhale. And sliding the hands up to the diaphragm. Maybe creating a little bit more space between the arms. 3 breaths here. Bringing the hands up to the heart. 3 breaths here. And before we take our focused breathing into our shoulders, we're going to transition into Shavasana. So just let the arms fall out to the side. Slowly extend one leg out and then the other, giving the shoulders permission to just sink down. And now taking your 3 breaths into the shoulders. Now taking a full cleansing breath, full body breath. I inhale. Oh, but not exhale. I exhale. Giving your body and your mind full permission to surrender here, to let go, to detach, and simply just relax. And I invite you to stay here as long as feels needed. I'm going to end my time with you here now. Thank you so much for choosing to practice for yourself. Thank you so much for choosing to practice with me today. And may you take this mantra into the rest of your day. I inhale. I exhale. And utilizing that mantra any time that is needed for you. Sending you off with love and light. Thank you so much, beautiful soul. Namaste.